Good evening all. It is my pleasure to introduce today's session moderator, Ms. Sweta Jain. Ms. Sweta Jain has accumulated over 8 years of experience in the field of education and currently serves as the class representative of Grade 1 at Akshar International School, Pune. Her academic qualifications include an MPhil and AB Ed degree. She has contributed a newspaper article to NIE and has hosted several orientation programs at the school level. Additionally, she has been instrumental in introducing innovative teaching learning materials to enhance classroom teaching methodologies. An avid reader, Ms. Jain has a passion for exploring different genres of books, reflecting her commitment to continuous learning and growth. Hearty welcome, Ms. Sweta. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for such a heartfelt introduction. Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all the educators and participants on behalf of Extra Mile Education and Training. Your presence here reflects a shared commitment to shaping a future-ready generation. Extra Mile is a leading force in professional development established under the inspiring leadership of Dr. Abdul Salam as a part of Bharat Transformers and Academic Group, the BTAG Group. Backed by a strong network of expert trainers, Extra Mile is well positioned to provide tailored training programs both online and offline across the country. I'm truly grateful to Dr. Abdul Salam sir and Extra Mile Education and Training team for giving me the honor of moderating today's session. Thank you so much, sir. Today's session, we will explore strategies to manage school staff conflicts. Conflicts are inevitable in any workplace, including schools. However, when addressed effectively, they can lead to growth, innovation, and improved relationships. We will learn practical strategies to identify, navigate, and resolve conflicts among the staff, fostering a more positive, collaborative school environment where professional harmony supports educational excellence. But before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to highlight a few points for your reference. If you have any query, please feel free to share them via the chat box. For a more interactive experience, you may ask questions by raising your virtual hand and we will call upon you during the question answer session. And finally, to receive your certificate of participation, kindly fill out the certificate and feedback form, which will be shared at the end of the session. Please stay with us until the session concludes. Before we move to the technical learning of the day, I would like to introduce the key members of the BTAC team, starting with Dr. Salam sir. A distinguished CBSE resource person and master trainer, Dr. Salam has a wealth of experience and has made significant contribution to the education sector. He serves as an assessor for National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, NABET, which is under the Government of India. He is the visionary founder and CEO of Extra Mile Education and Training and Bharat Transformer Academic Group, the BTAG Group. Sir, without further ado, I invite you to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Ms. Shweta. Respected resource person, Ms. Rashmi Dua,
Good
and
evening.
respected Biju sir and all the participants, hearty welcome. Very happy to see Dr. Rashmi in the chair of the resource person, and we are eagerly, looking forward to listening to her words of wisdom, because this particular topic I assigned to her, and thinking that she is the right person, and she is actually, and we have, found that, and all the participants are going to get a lot of takeaways on this particular topic. So I wish you all the very best, Dr. Rashmi and Shweta ma'am and everybody. Well, transaction curriculum transaction is going on everywhere. Teaching, learning is going on effectively. But side by side, conflict is also going on. That's that's very inevitable, and that's a naked truth. But if it goes on and if it is not settled, definitely it affects relationships and also it affects the institution. So it is the need of the hour. The topic is very much essential, very important, very significant that nobody can neglect the conflict resolution strategies. So here we are with a few strategies that will resolve the conflicts that is going on a daily basis, day-to-day basis, not only with the teachers but with students, parents, and all. So let's listen to Dr. Rashmi Dua and let's take away a few things that can help us solve the conflict. So thank you so much. Stay back and enjoy. All the very best to everybody. Over to Ms. Shwetaji. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Salam, for your encouraging vision that keeps us moving forward towards excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also privileged to have with us Mr. Biju S. Pillai, sir, a veteran educator. He is currently serving as a principal of Sri Chitra Public School, Trivandrum. It is an honor to have with you us today, sir, and I request sir to share his thoughts with the gathering. Biju, sir.
Thank you, Sweta ma'am. Most respected Dr. Abdul Salam sir, today's resource person Sweta Dua ma'am, and all other educators on this platform.
Resource person Dr. Rashmi Dua.
Okay, Rashmi Dua ma'am.
Yeah.
And all other educators. As sir told, today's topic, conflict between the school's management, staff, teachers, supporting staffs. Actually, these are very common in almost all the schools. If not handled properly, these conflicts can damage the school's reputation. It will become a common talk between the children and the parents, and some others will take the advantage out of it. So, according to me, proper communication, respecting each other's, avoiding abusing words, indirect passing of messages. These are mainly the main causes. So, where to understand the conflict well in advance and proper communications, especially some programs when we are arranging. So, proper way of communication, allocation of duties to all the respected personalities. So, all these, when it is very clearly done, to a certain extent, we can avoid much conflicts. To know more about it and to learn more about it, let us listen to Rashmi Dua ma'am. So have a wonderful evening to all. Thank you. Back to Sweta ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm address. It's my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Dr. Rashmi Dua. Ma'am is a PhD holder in forensic accounting and a postgraduate in English and Commerce. Presently, she is working with Basantali Public School in Vikaspuri, New Delhi. At school, she has initiated innovative programs and community engagement initiatives. Dr. Dua excels in facilitating engaging training sessions, developing customized curriculum, and creating effective assessment tools. She utilizes strong conflict resolution skills to foster a collaborative learning environment while mentoring individuals for personal growth and promoting cultural sensitivity to embrace diversity. We are delighted to have her with us today. On behalf of everyone here, I extend her a warm and a hearty welcome, ma'am, and invite you to share your expertise with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sweta ma'am. Good evening, Abdul Kalam sir and Biju sir, and all the members present here. The first and foremost thing which I believe is, sir, to be in the presence of the esteemed people. You have already experienced a lot of conflict from many areas. So bringing in this topic, of course, is a challenge. But what I believe is all of us, there's nothing we will learn. It's only that whatever is there somewhere subsided will be brought. I will just take an attempt, and I believe I'll live up to your expectations. So without taking on much time, I'll begin to share. Am I allowed to share?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Is the PPT visible to all?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So dear members, good evening, everyone. I would request you to be with me throughout the session so that we all can learn from each other and continue. Just a small thing, I would request you to just close your eyes. There's no yoga or meditation happening, just a small activity. Close your eyes for just 30 seconds and try to quickly recall one happy and one sad experience of today. I'm repeating, of today only. Please post that in the chat box. One happy and one sad experience of today. Shweta ma'am, are the people writing in the chat box?
Ma'am, not yet. I'm waiting for them.
Members, I hope I'm audible. Please give me a thumbs up. The audience, the people, the participants here. Thank you. I'm audible. Okay, so beautiful. There's Rupali ma'am who's writing, parents meet me and said that you are great. Okay, that's an appreciation. Very good. Happy experience that, okay, you have already attended one wonderful workshop. Great.
Ma'am, Nitya ma'am has written, happy I tried a dish and it succeeded.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you, ma'am.
Purnima ma'am has written, happy experiences. Today I attended a wonderful workshop.
Oh, that's great. That's an honor for us.
Ms. Thakur has written, happy one is I had a great class in school and convey my topics to kids clearly, and I don't have a sad one.
Okay, there's ma'am who says my student got hurt in his leg today during PET class. I have to check, it is from Elshri Vidyaji. Okay. Okay, students were happy when I left for PT. Okay, sad I missed today's to complete my extra. Okay, yes, all of us for that matter. Okay, okay. That's the biggest pain. My maid did not turn up today. Okay, this is beautiful. The ones who are writing nothing sad.
Ma'am, we have got a couple of them. Janki ma'am has written, we teachers had a team lunch. That was happy moment. And the sad one was new joinees are favored and the management doesn't even consider our existence. We feel that.
Okay, they were new joined and they were not welcomed. Okay, there's somebody who reached late due to traffic. Okay, that's Elizabeth. Then there's that's his mobile number, I think, Xiaomi. My parents complained that our washroom cleanliness should improve. That's again. Okay, so we are coming now to the this only. Now, when I talk about sad and happy moments, did it reflect back on your work? Just park it. Whatever we have discussed right now, I've told you to write. Just park it. We'll pick it up and take it further in some other part of the presentation. So just hold for some time. Moving on to the next one. Please look at this picture which is there. We are going to visualize each thing from here. So if you see, chat box, okay. So if you see, please visualize this and relate it with your experience. So can you resonate with this picture, anyone? I can, what do you think these entangled, what is this picture telling us? These entangled clouds, threads, there are books. You can just, in case you wish to speak, you can just raise your hand so that we can unmute you. Okay, I can see the chat, the pressure, okay. So you are coming up to the sum up, okay? Okay, somebody,
Please raise
okay.
your hand, virtual hand.
No, if they're fine by writing, I'm fine with that also, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. So if you look at the picture, you see management on the top, then the administration, of course, the parents, the curriculum. I did not write the colleagues, but of course they are also. So what we are bringing in here is each human beings, but we are specifically catering to a teacher, that is you. So when you're wherever you are, you're always with these entangled thoughts, the pressure from here, the pressure from there. So of course, somebody is sharing the burden that teachers have to take up to satisfy all the stakeholders. Beautiful. So there are multiple stakeholders when an organization runs. If I talk about a school, of course, it is management, administration, parents, students, curriculum. And on top of that, there is the body which is controlling the academics of the school or the examination body, that is CBSE or ICSC or your other boards, state boards. And of course, there are other, if I talk about MCD these days, this fire certificate, a lot of things the schools have to have. They have to have a solar panel in their school. Beautiful. So emotional and mental load, yes. The beautiful thing which is written by Geeta Shetty ji is that it is inevitable. This pressure is, of course, inevitable. So can we say that it brings some conflict? And now how do we deal with this? This is what we have to discuss today. See, we'll be talking about a lot of things in this workshop. The only thing I'm requesting you is to please quickly listen to us and act as we say. So when I talk about conflict, to us, what is the simplest thing what we say? Okay, very good. Somebody's writing politics within staff room also. So that's with the colleagues basically, yes. So our peers from, okay, yes, all that is, whatever is there is the pressure which is on us. Now I'm bringing in, okay, you say that is pressure. I got only one vocabulary for this all pressure, this all, okay, people are right. Okay, conflict within us to conflict, yes. That is the picture which is showing us beautiful. The conflict which goes on within me. I have moved on. Now, I would like to request you to just quickly text the words which come to your mind the moment I say conflict. So conflict, that means any of the words, synonyms. Okay, very good, Lenov. Okay, Lenov is anger, then complication. Okay, with conflict, you say exam, argument, ego, anxiety, argue. Thank you very much for being so participative. Challenges, yes. Peers. Okay. Yes, more. Yes, we get angry. Do we get angry? Yes, disturbing mind, jealousy, yes. Conflict arises because, okay, conflict is principle. Okay. Janvi ji. Okay, Sweta Thakurji says competition as a conflict. Okay, so let me see what I have. Okay, workload. Other words. Yes, dispute, quarrel. Somebody, I think, wanted to write diversion or diverting. Yes. So I'm bringing in the words quickly. See, we will be discussing on that. I can see a hand raise. This is Xiaomi 24057. Shweta ma'am, if you can just see. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Please try to speak. I am requesting you.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am. The person I'm requesting.
I'll unmute. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not able to unmute.
This is Xiaomi 240.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not able to unmute.
Even I am trying. Am I able to send you the message?
This Xiaomi, no? She has lowered her hand.
Okay. Okay. So when we talk about conflict, few things we missed is we never talked about the resolve. If there's a conflict, there has to be a solution. And a conflict does not just arise like that. There's a process to it. Nothing happens on the surface only. There are roots beneath. So this is what we have to identify, find out, and then work upon. Definitely, we'll be going through, so you'll be able to make it understand more. I am sharing now the lines. I am just compiling whatever you have spoken already. So when I say conflict, it's a disagreement or a clash, definitely of ideas, principles, or the people. So that means there has to be a difference in perception, difference in action, difference in seeing the things. It's like that 6 and 9, isn't it? So when there is 6, if you see from the other side, it appears 9 to the other person. So maybe it's that. But we all know, as sir had already said, that it is inevitable. That means it's very natural. So we have to deal with it. We cannot do away with it. So why not plan something constructive, which can help us manage it? And remember, we cannot park it for the future every time. So we'll have to face it, deal with it. How, when, that all we'll learn in the process. Before that, I am bringing in the other part of the, I'll just take a second. I'm sorry. There is some issue erupting. Okay. Yes. So now I'll be showing you the scenarios. I request you to quickly reflect, please. Reflect. So there's a scenario. You are rushing for school. You are late. Maybe you're not even late. At home only this thing comes in our mind. I might get late. What if I get late? So what if there's a red mark? There might be a cut in salary. There might be a cut in my leave. Or there might be beyond that, even if there is no punishment as such, the looks of the seniors, the comment they make, that all keeps bothering us at home even, isn't? So I'll just show you a picture. Any one of you who can relate it, who has experienced it recently only, you can just raise your hands to let us have an idea that yes, people can experience, or people have experienced what I believe I have, and most of the days I feel so because I face a lot of traffic. So there is, you can see a teacher who is sitting, a woman basically. For me, it's a teacher who is sitting in an auto, struggling. You can look at the face. Then there's one who is riding the scooty, or maybe you were in your car. You're rushing to school. There are students and teachers rushing. I've seen teachers running to the point, the punching point at the school. So how many of you have experienced this? Just raise your hand. Oh, just a thumbs up will work for us. A virtual thumbs up will work for us. Okay, I can see a few beautiful. So some people are experiencing, people have experienced. Shweta ma'am, Neha ma'am, very good. So we experience and we are so worried. How many of you now connect? If you see at the teacher, it was early morning, she was trying to reach to school. Does she seem happy? No. She seems worried, tensed. What could be the cause of that? Thank you, Nityaji. Yes. Worried, tensed. Okay, Neelu ma'am, you want to say, or you're just supporting our statement? Okay, you have also experienced. So many of us. Okay, juggling, yes, juggling between the one part of the life to the other part of the life, from home to school and then from school to home. Okay, now supposedly you got late. This is something very honest reflection, which each one of us has to agree to. Supposedly, I reached school and there is one colleague of mine who's standing. Didn't I forget to wish her? Did I really greet her in the morning? Did I smile at the school guard who's standing at the gates wishing me good morning? How many of us have actually missed that most of the times, or maybe sometimes. Thank you, Uma ma'am, for being so honest that sometimes, yes, it happens since we are upset. So we carry that to the class or to the place. Yes, it is sad, but we do so. Yes, true, very true. So we are into our own thoughts and we forget, or maybe we ignore. Okay, any scenario in the class. Now I'll show you another scenario of the class where a student was desperately waiting. It was Children's Day. Student was waiting to wish the teacher. Generally, they were so excited now, they forget that it is their day. They want to wish the teacher so that she comes back and says, Happy Children's Day. She might announce some celebration. Maybe she'll hug them. So this child runs to the teacher, and instead of that smile, laugh, giggle, the teacher shouts on the child. So now, what do you think? How will that child carry happiness at home? Will that child feel like celebrating? Will that child be ever, that day at least, will that child be having the courage to go to this teacher? Beautiful. Yes, Shobna ma'am, correct. Might be never the child will go back to this teacher, because this child is it's a clear slate which is coming to us, and it is carrying only love, emotions, expectations. Will be hesitant. Very good. The child will be hesitant to come to me. Now if you see the top left part of this right part, sorry, top right part of this picture, the second picture, you can see the ideal situation should have been this. The teacher should have been happy, smiling, and wishing the child back. Very good. The child will be totally confused. What did I do to her? And senior students, though, they can speak a lot of things for us. Okay. Now coming to, have we ever did the same at home? Maybe with our mother-in-law, maybe with our mother, our sister, our brother, our own children, the helps at home. Or maybe the rickshawala or the auto wala or the cab which I take up. Maybe somebody comes to pick me up. It's a regular person. So if I did the same, because I carried some tension whole day. When I was picking up the topic in the class, again and again, I was trying, what should I tell them next time? How will I save this one cut next time? So all that is again clouded the first entangled picture of which I have discussed earlier. Where, thank you, ma'am, Janviji. Many times we realize it now. So that means our intentions were never these, which I'm trying to show you. I never want to go frowning to my workplace. Who wants to? Supposedly, I would have been in this workshop carrying that botheration or pain. We also had an event today in the school. Of course, there were ups and downs. So if I carry that, so what will happen? What would have happened? You would not even like to stay here for 5-10 minutes here. Isn't it? So this is what I was coming to, reflect. So do we really pause, reflect? No, we just react. So this is something which we'll all have to think. So this is not something which I'm telling you, which you did not know. It is only that I'm trying to reiterate what was already there in our mind, parked somewhere, kept, not even parked, not even thought. It is actually burdened with a lot of things. It happens very far, and sometimes it does not happen, Nitya ma'am, true. Okay, so moving on. Now is the time, as we have already discussed, how conflict and emotions, how are they connected? So I'm just sharing a Padlet link with you all in the chat. I request you to just click and please attempt it fast. It's just few seconds. It's an MCQ sort of. I need the result for that. I request you. There's a Padlet. We've all worked on Padlet during our COVID period. Okay. True, ma'am. The Salam sir is, I think, no, there's somebody who has written that conflict at home when we teachers come home tired and stressed. Yes, we carry that. I hope everybody has reached to the Padlet.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just switching to my Padlet to see the result. Please click on it and just reach there. You need not to log in. You just have to attempt. Here I can see responses. That's good. I hope you all can see 8 responses there. Can you write there, Padlet? Are you able to? Okay, somebody has network issue, can't attend. Okay, so Padlet says that you have to just tell us that how do you feel when there is conflict. So you can write in the chat box, chat box, sorry for the slip of tongue. You can write in the chat box if you're not able to attempt there at the Padlet. Padlet will accept your emotions, the emojis even. So you can just quickly, please put it there. So when I see there, I see it is very disturbing, disappointing. Some are suggesting that conflict should be dealt with. And there are people who are writing that why bother? Why carry conflict? Leave it there. Okay, I can see somebody referring to class 12 poetry, which is keeping quiet. Somebody is referring, why not just stay calm, composed? Beautiful. So all of us know that when it is conflict, I am disturbed, I'm angry, I'm worried. I might have, it's not only the mental issue. Unfortunately, all of us are discussing only the emotional part or the action also. We are not coming to the physical part. If I'm not happy, I'm disturbed, I'm worried, I might have headaches, I might have some other medical issues because I'll be palpitating, my palpitation will be there. I'll be anxious, anxiety will be there. So it can come on my health. How many of us have headaches so often that we are on tablets? Some of us, of course, might have ignored it. The pain, they would not have even related that it is because of the conflict which I was carrying in my head. I'm carrying that pain still there. So there's water retention, there's body ache, there's headache, then there is backache, you feel less energetic. So when you are less energetic, that is also coming physical only. When your output is somewhere it will be compromised. Thank you, Diyaji, Vinitaji, for accepting and understanding and agreeing to that, yes, it is completely true. So what I'm trying to bring in is forget about what my emotions. See, first, in the previous slide, we discussed, we began with us. That is, when I have stress or I am anxious, I'm upset, I'm worried. So I do not smile. So when I do not smile, I do not look good even. Who wants to look frowned, angry, upset? None of us. But we don't even know. We do it just like that. Okay. So this happens as if it is involuntary. It is. So that is more sad that we do not even know what we are doing to us. When we were screaming to the child, then also we have actually spent a lot of muscle, we've used a lot of muscles for the screen. Had I smiled, less muscles, beautiful, I would have looked beautiful, I would have actually maintained that relationship with the child. Maybe the others would have added to. Beautiful. So it is physical, mental, psychological. pressure which is there on me. This is something which all of us have to take care of. So first, I am talking about you as a person. If now I'm bringing in one more thing, let's just think of one emotion. Supposedly, a scenario. Supposedly, there is an apple tree there, and the gardener, the apple tree, of course, needs the water, it needs to be nurtured, it needs to be cared, the weeds have to be taken out, the dried leaves have to be tended, taken care. The tree has to be tended well. Okay. So that's what our relationships. I'm talking about the stakeholders now. I'm bringing in somewhere there also. So if I'm not happy inside, how will I make happy others? So if a tree is not healthy, will it give healthy fruits? Never. It can never. So whatever we give, we get back. You take a empty vessel and you just try to pat it or tap it. You will hear sound, more sound. So there is more worry, more upset, more anger, more inactivity when I am upset. And the ripple effect is that it is leading to all relationships. I talked about your student first. Now I showed the picture of a child, that means the family also. Unfortunately, we carry it to the society also. Now, if I go to a shop to buy something, there also I'll be, give it to me fast. Okay, why are you wasting my time? Because I was upset. I am getting late. That is something in my mind. What to do with the poor man? The man is serving others also, or the lady or the whosoever is on the shop, the shopkeeper is serving others also. So if I go to a restaurant, have food, and I did not like the taste, if I scream, then I am again spoiling the whole environment. What if I would have just called the person there and given my feedback? They would have definitely worked upon it and have brought a better tasting dish to us. Maybe that they would have replaced it, or maybe they would have got the same dish freshly made. So what I'm trying to bring in is, if I as a person would have been knowing my emotions, that means I would have reflected why it is happening, and I would have then identified also. So identification is a very, very crucial thing which we all have to. We generally ignore that. There could be my colleague. Now we are teaching, we are co-teachers supposedly. She has a different way of approaching a chapter or topic, and I have a different approach of dealing with that topic. What is the difference in that? We all can have different perspectives. But if we want to come to consensus, we would have built the consensus, we would have sat together and shared. Maybe both of us have picked up each other's style. It comes in the question paper framing also. So I'm talking about conflict not only in the small areas. Now think, if there's a conflict between subject teachers, the question paper does not come in time. Even the blueprint cannot be designed well in time, because they are not agreeing until and unless it is a board class. So for board also, if I talk about languages, there is no literature component division. So when there's no division, we all have to agree to it, both of us, the colleagues. So if we are not agreeing to it, definitely what we are doing is we are delaying the process. No, I'm coming to that now. So conflict, upset, spoiling the relationships. How? One is emotionally already done. Physically, I have spoiled myself, hurt myself. Or maybe if I've made somebody cry, then I have hurt the person physically. Now the time management also gets compromised with that. So what we are doing is we are lighting the fire every day and adding fuel to it with our upsets. Am I right? Do you agree to that?
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Thank you, Nityaji. Okay, so shall I move ahead? Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay. So now I am coming to common conflicts in schools. This is something, if it can be interactive, Kalam sir, I would request if you allow mics to be switched on, because it will be more interactive and it will be little, I can hear the participants. I am finding it as if I am the only one. I and Shweta and we two are speaking.
Yes,
So,
yes. They
thank
can
you.
raise their hands and we can unmute them.
Okay, so we are different parties. Quick, we have discussed stakeholders. Please raise your hands. What kind of conflicts, if there is a student to student? So what kind of conflicts a teacher can have? Quick. We have discussed the stakeholders who are connected with the school. So quick responses to that. But just give me an example of a conflict with any of the party, which you have experienced from your life, or maybe your colleague has experienced and you were just the observant there. Any conflict.
Participants, you can raise your virtual hand to be unmuted.
There's Nitya ji.
Okay, ma'am, I'm unmuting you.
Yes, Miss Nithya,
Hello,
you
good
can speak.
evening. Am I audible?
Yes, very
Wow.
well.
Yeah, sometimes it can be different opinions on teaching methods.
You're talking about the student or the teacher?
No, the colleagues.
Okay, so it's a that I've discussed, ma'am. I request you to pick up some other example with the colleague only.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'll come back
Ma'am,
to
you
you.
have
Thank
experience,
you.
you can speak up. Just tell us. Any student? Conflict with the student?
Classroom, of course, classroom management issues.
Beautiful. If you see the notebook submission also is a pain. So that's also
Yes, everything. Even trying to make a child understand the reality of things.
true. Thank you. So yes.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, yes, so somebody is, Rishmi is writing slow learners performance. That's also a conflict. But ma'am, I think we need to deal it in a different way, because if I talk about slow learners performance, the problem I would like to understand, if you can unmute and speak, because are you telling me that it is bothersome for you, or is it that the stakeholders' involvement in that bothers you? Beautiful. The major thing which we are dealing with is discipline. So disobedience, disrespect, the communication gap. We say something, they take it the other way. Subject discrimination. Now, I would request to elaborate on this, Devareddy ji. Subject discrimination. Anupma ji says children are reluctant to write. True, ma'am. This phone, this technology has really taken away that the love for writing, the love for reading. That is being compromised. True. When it is being spoken that there is a discrimination in subject, it is the teachers believe that there is discrimination in dealing with the subject in the school itself, with the parent, of course, and the school management also. Do I agree? Yes, group conflicts between friends, circles, and the teacher has to pitch in classroom groups. Yes, children have teamed up. So that is also something which I, as a teacher, every day face. True, very true. This is, this is, who is it? Who has written that? Okay. The Janvi Joshi ji says dealing with special kids is challenging. Yes. Parental interference, true, to the extent of dictating terms to teachers. Yes, that is real conflict. Actually, there's a lot of expectations from us also are there. Losing of teaching period. This, yes, I missed today also. Losing of teaching period for other activities. Okay, the conflict is to be a role model to somebody. Dealing with parents these days, of course, we believe so because we believe they're demanding. Okay. Now I'll pick up one scenario. Of course, giving importance to co-curricular activities. Nitya ji, this is, I think, it's both ways. Co-curricular activity, people believe that you give a lot of importance to academic portion, the curricular portion, and they keep arguing with us when exams approach. You take away our periods, you put us on substitution in different areas, and hyperactive children. So balance is something which we have to make. Now, as I had shared with you one small example, see, you are not wrong since you are experiencing it every day. I'm not wrong since I've also experienced. But coming from my experience only, something which I am bringing in is anything is a conflict till the time I accept it and deal with it. Now, I'll take up one example from here only, that parents dictating their terms to the teacher. This must be highly upsetting for the teacher. But how can a teacher deal with that? One is she ignores that parent. How do we generally deal with these things? This is something we have to practice, speak, and discuss. So I am again and again requesting you to put up things so that we can come up to the solution. So you are already bringing in issues. This is really good. You are interactive participants. This is telling that that is a pain area for you and you want it to be resolved very soon. And you are in with us. You're on it already. Subject teacher should be substitute. It will be bore for, okay. So that somebody is trying to say that when you put subject teacher as a substitution teacher, the children don't like it. So they want activity teachers to be the substitute teachers. They actually feel so good. They're most of the times saying thank you to us. They're grateful to the teacher, to the substitution in charges for helping them out with that padhai wala thing to be left for some time. Negligence at students' part, behavioral problems in front, discipline issues major these days, yes. Now, if I talk about 24/7, Nityaji, we have, if I talk about WhatsApp, it's the school's policy. We can keep it under control. The chat cannot, the parents can be kept away from writing in the chat, and it could just be a broadcast sort of thing. That helps. You can just give that suggestion to the school. This will help the school as well. Now I'm coming to the one scenario which it already posted here. So now supposedly the parent is demanding, asking from us a lot, or maybe rude to us. As we have discussed, have I ever got into the shoes of that parent? Do I really understand that this time is different? Do I really remember? If I am a parent, how do I deal with that? If my child comes home and speaks something, I am never saying that you are similar to that parent. I'm trying to say that if we reflect or we get into the shoes of that parent, maybe that parent, this is the only child at home, and the parent hasn't seen any other scenario. The child hasn't ever shared anything with other things. So basically, the child is actually struggling with social skills. And for the parent is too possessive. So few things which we can do is, as a teacher, we can have a dialogue with the parent, not that time. Remember, to resolve a conflict, it should never be taken up that very moment if it is in a heated argument tone or expression is so that the other person is appears to be too upset. Okay. So a teacher, beautiful Rashri ji is saying that children have a different relationship with the teachers. Of course, the ones who are very friendly children are too close to her, and the ones who are too strict children are far from her. Now, if you're too strict, please be honest. Didn't you feel that the results have been compromised? So what we can do is, not role play. What we can do is we can just reflect and we can talk to them. So bring on other scenarios. Never talk from never pick up their own child now, the parent's child. That same child should not be picked up. Pick up something, some story, some reflection, maybe just share a small piece of message with the parent. There has to be a conversation first. Do not point out that these are the issues, maybe social issues. So you can quickly say, I will definitely, and I'm noting down, or I will take a note of your things. But I think we need to discuss few more things. Let's plan out for some other day, and please follow up. The unfortunate thing is we leave it. And then we carry on that child's mother is always angry. She's not cooperative. She's disrespectful. And unfortunately, whether we are wanting it or not, we have a different, we start treating the child differently, or maybe the child starts dealing with us differently because the child knows that there is a conflict between these two now, my mother and my teacher. Unfortunately, the other thing which can happen is the child will take more leverage, more advantage. The unfortunate scenario. So what we are doing is, yes, thank you. So what we are doing is, none of us, the parent who did not know, or maybe was actually oblivion to this fact that there has to be a different dealing in school. It cannot be similar as in the home, because at home, this is only one child and a parent. The scenario is totally different. If I talk about the behavior also, at the moment the child is put up in the social scenario where the child is dealing with maybe 40, maybe 80, maybe 200 students, maybe only 10, the child is totally different. Not a, yes, friendly and approachable teachers help students express their problems easily, open talks, role play. Okay, so ma'am is suggesting that we can actually do role plays and all that. The idea is to pass on the message. So that conflict between student can be resolved easily with our intervention. Maybe sometimes, see, the words matter. So there would be times when you need not to even punish the children. Maybe the corrective measure would have already taken care if you would have spoken to both the students separately, understanding their scenario and then making them resolve that. Telling, chalo, right now just leave it, forget about your fight and just join, just shake hands, hug each other, let it will be resolved. It is never resolved. Children do it in front of us, but when it comes to the future days, they are again into conflict. Similarly with the colleagues. So we can have, with the colleagues, the issue could be the substitution period also. It could be the simple thing. I'm a class teacher. The subject teachers keep coming in my class for collection of notebooks. So my teaching is hampered. Yes. So never react in public. And that very moment. So bringing in here, please avoid to react. Unfortunately, we react instead of respond. So respond will require thoughtful action of us. So this is something. So a teacher versus student could be a problem. Students versus students can be a problem in school. There is bullying, as we've already posted, you guys have posted also, and I've also written on the slide, bullying, groupism amongst the students. Discipline is something all of us are facing. Teachers, workload, opinions, all. Unfortunately, we're too judgmental also. So our upset might be our own built also, inbuilt thing. Something which we actually do not do intentionally, but we are opinionated for ourselves also. It's not for others every time. Maybe we believe that I'm too brilliant, I'm too creative, or maybe I cannot do this. This is not my cup of tea. Why am I given this job? Why should I dance in the class? I'm a math teacher. But when we will really start incorporating the integration of art in the class, we also know very well, if there are ground rules already set, there won't be indiscipline. There'll be the activity happening, there'll be creativity, so more understanding of the concept. So what I'm trying to bring in is, if you see, you have to get into the depth of the situation and see each layer, and then you'll understand that nothing, whatever is coming up, is that cannot be resolved or cannot be identified and done in a different way. You are told to bring in activities in the classes, or maybe to take up assembly, and you have 40 strength, the strength of 40 students in your class. So how do I deal with these 40? How can I dance? I'm not a dance person, but if I would have picked up a few children in my class, identified the dancers and told them to bring in the academic concept only into dancing, we can actually do it with all the subjects. So basically what I'm trying to bring in here again and again, or I'm trying to tell you, is you already know it, that yes, if I would have seen it in a different way, I would have actually resolved it. The performance of my children would have been better. I would have been at peace. My result, then when I face the management, they will never be questioning my result. And there'll be increments also. So why not resolve that? The class control will, of course, if there are ground rules already set and there are constructive punishments, as we are reflecting today, if we make the child reflect on the action, when we say if it would have been done to you, the child will never relate. Just have to say, okay, you slapped that child. I can understand you were angry, but what if this child, now just bring in the scenarios. You slapped the child. It was close to the eye. Would it hurt the child? The child will say, yes, ma'am, it could have. Okay, but it is not hurt. It hasn't hurt yet. Yes, beta, it hasn't hurt yet. But could it have? Yes, ma'am. Okay. So instead of this, what else you could have done? The child will say, I told him many a times. Yes, you would have told, and he was not listening to it. But what else? Was this the end? Was this the only solution, or was there any other solution? So the dialogue, the child would have reflected and understood that he was supposed, or he or she was supposed to bring in the issue to the monitor of the class. If the monitor is not able to handle it, then it was supposed to be brought to the subject teacher or the class teacher, maybe the in charges. This could have been resolved by the intervention of adults. The child having a conflict with the peer would not be resolved because both of them were at the same level, not understanding each other's pain. So empathize. The child can empathize, the child will learn, reflect, and child will be a better child. And believe me, this one example would again be touching upon the larger group of your class only, because now they will all want to please you, be happy by not being indisciplined or by not getting into the tiffs. So that will again definitely bring in the peace in the class. The class conflict, class control issue will already be resolved. So there are few things which we can actually do by practicing them, by speaking, talking, and ourselves first identifying, not getting angry. The moment we get into the class, we get to know some issue, we raise our voice. But that never resolves the issue. Unfortunately, the floor in charge comes and tells you that you are too loud and you're disturbing the other classes on the floor. Or maybe the other teacher from the room can come and say, I am taking test and your voice is disturbing my class. Again, a conflict. So why add? Keep adding. Am I clear here? I can see a lot of things being posted in the chat.
Yes.
Hanji Rashri ji, yes. So classroom activities makes the class more lively, sharing our, yes. But what I believe, the more, if we are more interactive, every time we are bringing in anecdotes of us, let's share our failures with the students. Our pains, our stress, our fears. The moment we start sharing, they again start listening to us. So when they are listening, again, the class control is taken care of already, without even screaming, without banging on the table, without maybe sometimes pulling the child out of the class. Nothing like this will ever be required. But of course, a lot of patience, lot of effort is required from your end. Now I'm coming to the data part. See, all of us take it so lightly. We talk about conflict just like that. But believe me, 89, when when I read that, when I found this data, I was thinking, yes, this is the scenario, this is the reason because of which the results are not better. There's unrest, there's attrition. If you see these days, attrition rate is high in the schools. Teachers are changing schools. The management is not happy. Sometimes they are chucking the teacher out. Sometimes the teacher is leaving in between the session. Parents are thinking that a lot of the teacher is putting a lot of pressure on the child, because We are ourselves upset. So we are passing on, unfortunately, to others too. So you see 89% of the educators, they face conflict, and that is weekly. This is the data from EDWI 2022. Now, what are the common sources of conflict? So what could be the common sources of conflict? Let us discuss those. So one is miscommunication, as I had picked up from your examples only, that the parent wanted to just say that maybe you would have taken, you have dealt with my child in a different way, but the parent tried to dictate terms to the teacher. So there was miscommunication. I never wanted my child to be scolded, but I was rude. There is miscommunication. I never told the child that I am upset. Maybe let's hold for some time and we'll talk in 10 minutes or 15 minutes time. So that there is misconception, communication, sorry. There are perceptions. We all have different perceptions. Then there is another reason is a lot of expectations from each other. We have already discussed behavioral issues, parent-teacher friction, colleague conflicts. But when I'm coming to miscommunication and behavioral issues, miscommunication perceptions, I'm bringing in now. Supposedly, the management is expecting us, the management messages somebody, some senior, and it reaches to us through our coordinator, that the teachers who are late, there'll be deduction in their salary. Now, they would have told the teacher who is late multiple times, or maybe more than 2 times, there'll be a deduction in salary. The idea is not to hold back your money. The idea is to bring in the feeling that what if the hard-earned money that you were already there in the school, what if that goes out in somebody else's pocket? So sometimes these punishments or these thoughts, now this is one scenario. Another, sometimes what happens, if you're told, supposedly you are a teacher whose handwriting is good, you are a teacher who is very good, who is very creative, so everybody wants the work to be done well. So now you are told to write the certificates of the children. So one is, see, you have beautiful handwriting, you write. And then your colleagues come and comments. She comes and comments. Now, keep doing good work and see, multiple works will keep coming to you. Now, Baba, I don't do these things. That is why I never showcase my talent. Now, the person has put in your mind that the management is giving you work because you were doing good. And since the other person is not doing good work, person is not getting the work. But believe me, when you are acknowledged for your work, you are given work, definitely in the next due course of time, you will be given other responsibility. You will be shouldered with responsibilities. So when you're shouldered with responsibilities, believe me, your talent or your capability, your abilities, they are being acknowledged. So we all need to value that and understand that, yes, these could be the reasons. There is not the other reason every time. Colleague conflict, also the same thing. The colleague comes to my class, announces something in my class without seeking permission from me. I can. Now, sometimes what happens, we also react that very moment. But what if I would have understood, maybe this time she has pressure on her head. That is why she has announced. Later on, but do not keep it like that, maybe. No, maybe. Speak with the person later on in your free period or at the day end, that when you interrupted my class, the whole scenario changed. I had to bring the things back. It took time to bring back the children. I had to repeat the things. So I would request you to just avoid coming to my class while I'm teaching. In case you have something very, very important, you can send a slip. I'll definitely help you out the moment I'm through with my conversation with the students. That would have actually not brought in any conflict. I hope I'm giving whatever suggestions I'm discussing, you're finding them relatable, you're finding them useful, appropriate also.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is the chart which is bringing in. The unfortunate thing is the miscommunication is the major issue of conflict. I want to say something, I say something, maybe because of the lack of vocabulary. I'm talking about the parent, the student. But this is what we have to resolve first. Automatically, the other things will fall in place. And please try. We cannot, I don't know whether there'll be a day when we can bring this conflict to 0%. I don't know. But we all can try, at least to minimize it. So let us do that. Now I'm uncovering the root causes of conflict. We have already brought in all we have discussed. I'm just repeating. I request one of the participants to raise hand and start speaking. You can speak. These words, they're already on the chart there. The causes of conflict. Can I see any hand raise? Do we see any hand raise, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Anyone?
So we will do from the, we will do like class then, Shweta, ma'am?
Yes, we just need to pick up someone to read it out.
Yeah, so we do that only. Okay, so let's try.
Any volunteers?
Just read out. I'm not saying read all the points. Start reading, then we'll have more. So Pradna ji, Pratima ji, would you like to try? Beautiful.
Okay, we got one hand back.
Sujata is yes.
Sujata ma'am, I'm unmuting you. Yeah,
Yes.
Sujata ma'am, please.
Yes, all right.
Thank you.
Causes of conflict, they are desire for power, lack of compromise, needs not met, prejudice, intolerance, self-interest, ignorance, poor communication, lack of empathy, and making assumptions.
Thank you so much, Sujata ji. Did I miss anything discussing till now? Participants?
Ma'am, we have Anu ma'am. I'm unmuting you.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Anu ma'am. Anu ma'am, I'm not able to unmute you. Please check.
Anu ma'am?
I'm not able to
Anu
unmute
ma'am
you.
is unmutable.
Okay.
Okay. So we have discussed these points already. Now, there is one mentimeter.com. Please quickly go there and identify your conflict style. This is not my generated one. I have brought in from Thomas Kilmann ji. So Thomas Kilmann has brought in the styles to understand our natural approach to conflict. So that means knowing self first. So quickly go to menti.com, please, and type out the code there. These are the different conflicts which we have.
You can post the link in the chat box.
I'll just post them. I'll post the code, sir. That is 64460-685. You go to menti.com. Menti.com and just type. You'll find the join word, and with the join, just type out 64460-685. Now you can attempt that. So to make you understand, I'm just bringing in the meanings of these words so that you can very well relate. And accordingly, please be honest in this. This is you. I'm not going to ask you, what have you chosen for yourself? So are you competing one? Very high assertive about yourself and less cooperative. Most of the times. See, we cannot be every time the same. We will have different ways of dealing with conflict. But the major, something which is actually most of the times happening, or something which which is the major dependency. Okay, something on which you depend a lot, or something which just happens. Are you compromising, just accepting what people says most of the time? Very, very accommodating, not thinking of yourself, and every time ready for cooperation. There are people who just avoid conflict discussion. So they actually keep their eyes closed to that. So neither are they thinking about themselves or are ever worried, nor do they have any cooperation feeling. Are you that? Or maybe you are very, very collaborative, very high on, you love yourself, you think about positive things, you are very positive, and your approach is cooperative. You're always ready to help others. So the code is 644-6085. Sorry, 60685. 644-60. 685. So I can see the results there. You have to rank them. Okay, so I can see okay, so there, okay, so if I see the ranking, the most is coming for collaborating, second is compromising. Okay, very few were competing. Okay. Accommodating, so then there won't be any conflict if we all are collaborative, isn't it? Will there be any conflict? Are you able to reach to menti.com? Anybody who is struggling?
I was able to.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you see the result also, Shweta ma'am?
No,
No, ma'am.
result
That can be seen by me only.
yeah, that's what.
Thank you. Now I'm bringing in, can I continue, sir, with the case study?
Yeah, we have 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, so I'll quickly. So there now, if there's an email from a parent who is actually complaining about you, has actually escalated some matter, that the parent has written an email to the principal and says, I'm utterly furious about the complete neglect in addressing the non-submission notebook of my teacher. Basically, child is not submitting the notebook and the teacher hasn't even bothered about that. Yeah, so this is not just about an assignment, it's about the lack of accountability and respect for students' efforts. Now the parents' expectation from you. Parent says, if you are not, see, as a teacher, I'm accountable for my students' work. Since if the child hasn't done well, I would have checked. If I would have given remarks, the child would have corrected. So the corrective measure would have taken, and maybe the errors would not have repeated in the future course of action. So basically that is lack of accountability. And of course, the respect for students' efforts, the child is working. That's what the parent has brought in. And then the parent demands an immediate investigation and a clear explanation. And then how can this oversight happen? And how will it be rectified now? Again, the parent is angry and says education cannot be compromised. So what are the generic ways of we actually attempting such issues? Again, vote menti.com, and another activity which you have to join is 19135-127. I'll be just speaking right now since we have less time. So now, what generally do we do? How many of you of us, how many of us are generally already in a defensive mode? We get annoyed. The first thing, please quickly raise your hands if you feel you get annoyed first. The moment you get to know, because now there is a hell lot of explanation which you have to give it to your seniors. So some of us can get annoyed, the other can be defensive. We can even be submissive, just trying to ignore that. But how would we have actually resolved that? We had to identify that problem, which is causing the conflict. So I know that I hadn't checked the notebook. Supposedly, I hadn't checked, but I kept on asking the child, but the child did not submit. Did I give a diary note? So that means communication from my end to the parent hasn't reached somehow. Then, of course, this problem had come. I was already upset about it. I had already prepared in my mind how I'm going to satisfy my C needs. So I have to identify my feeling. Had I actually understood the cause that very moment, that it is me somehow, my feelings would have been guilt-stricken. I would have been guilt-stricken that I missed that. That's my gap. I would have worked on, maybe the seniors would not have been that upset with me, or maybe they would not have taken any action against me. But if I am in a defensive mode and not even accepting the situation, there could be harsh impact of that. So now, if I would have identified the feelings, definitely the impact of the problem would have been in a positive way. Please remember, we have to resolve come what may. We cannot leave it. Work for resolution always. There is one, I'll be skipping on videos right now. I'm sorry for that, because I want to bring this first. Now, this is something which I called as Rama's arrow. In Hindi, it says Rambaan, a sure shot technique. Believe me, whenever I tried in my life, it worked, and it works in every relationship, every type of communication. And that is PER. P, that stands for pause. Take a pause, understand the situation, then evaluate. How do you evaluate? That identify, then connect the emotion with it, the actions which could have been done, reflection part, and then of course respond to it. So if I talk about myself, if there's any gap from my end, I always accept. I generally try to accept that. So with the principal in this scenario, I would have told that that's my gap, that I did not write a diary note. I kept on speaking with the child. I did not convey it to the parent. Next time, I'll be more careful about it. Believe me, the principal will always support me and will get this issue handled in a positive way with the parent. Nobody wants a bad picture of their team members. They own us and we own them. So the same you can do with your colleague also. You can also support your colleague. So all of us, by pausing, evaluating, and responding, can definitely resolve. So please use this Rama's arrow every time. Why is the conflict management important? Because all these relationships are very important. All of us are connected. So if we all are resolving the issues, 100% will not be able to. But if we are attempting to, and we are reaching to some consensus, believe me, it will help us have a good health. It will help us build good relationship. It will with the colleagues. It will help us have a good life with our family members and our seniors, our parents, our students. On top of that, we'll have confidence that negativity will be eliminated. So negative consequences will also be eliminated. And it will be a positive environment, healthy environment for us. We'll be healthy, happy, and progressive. So do we all believe that, yes, it will lead to increased confidence? It will lead to help me try new strategies in life for everything, even the resolution, even for teaching, even for working, whatever, dealing with people. I'll actually look for new strategies. because I will not be burdened up with negative thoughts. And it will improve communication. And all of us will then value each other. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that there comes a day when all of us are happy, and at least most of us are happy. Any questions, please? Any questions? I know you are late. I took more time. Actually, I got carried away with the emotion of the conflict. Any questions? Anyone? Okay, so no questions.
In fact, there was discussion, so I don't think.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So when I say today, I am expecting that we are all going to continue the journey of conflict management. Remember, conflict is within. So if I have dealt with myself, I'll be able to deal with others. And one important statement, I would like to close with it. The conflict is actually an opportunity for growth and stronger relationships. My growth. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Rather, thank you, Shweta ma'am, for being so patient, so helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, participants, for being so interactive. Thank you.
But my fingers crossed, we actually, should be able to come to a day when the conflicts are much, much lesser. Okay. Thank you so much again, ma'am. We are truly grateful for today's insightful session on conflict management. The training was
Participants are giving their feedback. That also can be read.
Yes, sir. They have also said thank you, for such a wonderful session. And Rajshri ma'am has written that you have touched all the areas clearly. Yes. Can I continue?
Yes, wrap up, please.
Yeah. Again, Dr. Dua ma'am, thank you so much. This was a very insightful session on conflict management. The training was very enriching and offered valuable take-backs, that we can apply in our school settings and within and with ourselves, Your strategies made the learning enriching and relatable. We appreciate the time, effort, and expertise that you have shared with us. Thank you for the guiding us towards building a harmonious and collaborative school environment. As there are no question answers that we can see, so should we just wrap up?
Yes. So thank you, Shweta ma'am. Thank you
so
for your help, and a big round of applause to Dr. Rashmi Dua.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So actually, well researched and well presented. Beautiful presentation with a lot of interaction, and the pace with which you have carried on, along with the participants is very much appreciable. Thank you so much. It was very gracious. I should say it was very gracious. There was a kind of soothing sensation from the words spoken. So thank you so much for your input, presentation.
So honestly speaking, I have actually practiced these in life. And this was nothing I have tried myself. I also learned from my seniors somewhere that why don't you deal with this like that and that. And it works. It works.
Correct.
And one thing which I would like to thank you and Biju sir for, that bringing in this topic for me. Because generally we want to take up the topics which are very comfortable and the matter is already available. And you just have to deliver it. So that's the thank you for being actually trusting me for that. Thank you so much.
Every conflict, every challenge is an opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all participants. Hope you have enjoyed the session. There are lots of discussions, and you have also given your inputs. You have given your contribution as well in the topic, based on the topic, and definitely we will be in a better position to manage conflicts henceforth. Hopefully. Yeah, please.
Agreed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Biju sir, are you there? Good night.
Good night.
Thanks.